Hey guys, it's Megan. Welcome back to another video. Today is an NTI day, so I am working from home today and I am trying to finalize my books I'm choosing for Readapalooza, and I'm struggling and I need your help. So I will link my video down below about what Readapalooza is. It's basically a one-time book club. Like, kids read a book, they have a month or two to read it, and then so that way I don't have to buy a ton of copies. And then in April, usually one day in April, we meet up to do a book discussion, and we all sit around the library in different little groups depending on what book that they read, and we have food, and it's fun. And sometimes we offer incentives, like they get out of a project for their English class or something like that if they read the book. And that's why we have kind of a teacher leader of every group, but we're also this year going to have a student leader of every group, because we did that last year and it worked well, having students kind of lead the discussions themselves. However, the problem was I didn't have a teacher leader of every group, which meant I couldn't really keep track of like who read the book for sure, you know, who contributed to the discussions. So I didn't use it last year as like get out of a project or anything if you attend, because I couldn't keep track for sure of who had read the book or not. But this year I'm going to do both. One of my English teachers at my school suggested, hey, why don't you have both? Why don't you have your student leader who actually runs the discussion and all that and prepares the questions and everything and make sure everybody takes turns, but then you have a teacher who just kind of sits there, like doesn't really even get involved, who just monitors, and that way they can keep track of attendance and who actually read the book. I thought, that's genius. However, I'm struggling with picking the books and I need your help. So this form I filled out last year, you can see it says for 2025, and I only had 9 responses. I only had 9 students of a school of 1,400 kids, and I usually have 50 to 70 or so kids come to Readapalooza. It's been really pretty good now that I've been doing it during the school day. But I only had 9 responses, so I'm not going to let students help choose this time. I'm going to choose the books based on a variety of things. So here is what I have so far, and this is where I need your help. I cannot think of books that are really popular in each genre that would be perfect for Readapalooza, and I need you to give me some advice. So like, I try to choose one of every category, and I usually try to choose 8 books. Like, I try every genre. Sometimes for like nonfiction, I'll throw it in with maybe a like graphic novel, or if it's like romance graphic novel, then there won't also be a romance option, or whatever. But I try to make sure I get at least 8 books, and I try to make sure there's some that appeals to both boys and girls. I definitely have more girls come to Readapalooza, but when I offer incentives, like getting out of a project for an English class, then that usually appeals to everybody. I have some notes here as well, how many copies we already have and how many we have to order. That's a huge part of it, is that I don't want to pay a ton of money for Readapalooza this year. I've spent as much as $1,000 before, and I don't want to spend that much this year. My budget's not really going to allow for that. Right now I'm at it costing $470 for the number of books I order, so that's kind of ideal with keeping it around $500. And I can always use these books again. I can use these copies for book trailers and things like that, so, and having extra copies. But I need it to be books that are popular. So here's what I have right now. For Sci-Fi Project Hail Mary, I think I'm sticking with that. The movie comes out March 20th. Readapalooza will be in April. So it's like, hey, see the movie, read the book. You know, I think that's perfect. And I already have 2 copies, although technically both are checked out right now. There'll be the movie trailer that I can show. It's only $14 per book, so $112. I'll go ahead and order 8 more books. Like, I need 8 copies approximately of each of these books. So Trust of the Emerald Sea is my fantasy choice. It was on the list last year and people didn't vote for it, but of course I only had 9 people, so does that really matter? I think it will appeal to both boys and girls. It's a standalone fantasy that's kind of a pirate adventure that's funny and similar to Princess Bride. Every year, the last few years, I've killed it with the fantasy choice because we've picked a standalone fantasy that's not super long, that's fun, it's got a little humor. We did Good Omens, we did Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking. Did we do another Tea Kingfisher last year? I can't remember. Anyway, they've been really, really popular. And so I think this one will also be really... Oh, we did Nettle and Bone. That's what it was. We did Nettle and Bone last year by Tea Kingfisher. So I think this one is going to stick. I think I'm pretty set with Trust of the Emerald Sea for fantasy, because also not a ton of kids will have read it. That's the thing too. I can't pick the most popular books in each of these categories because kids will have already read them. I'm trying to expose them to new books that they haven't read, but that would be popular, I think, if they read it. That's Not My Name is my mystery option. I think I'm pretty set on that one because it's pretty short. It's really popular. Everybody's told me how good it is. I think that's going to be the one we choose for that. Mystery appeals to girls. New It's a brand, relatively new release. And oh yeah, it's only the cost. I don't know why I'm like pointing at the screen. You can't see me pointing at it right here. $7.79 per book on Amazon if you buy 5 or more books. So that wouldn't be too bad. And having a lot of copies of that would be good. Here's where it gets a little tricky. Romance, I can't really decide for sure. Is there a better romance I should pick that's newer? Last year we did Shatter Me and it was pretty popular. Before we did Heartstopper, which was also a graphic novel. Sorry, my email's going to be going crazy. Better Than the Movies is the one I have picked because her new release, this is by Lynn Painter. Her new release is that fake skating book, but it's too expensive because I have to buy it in hardcover. So this one I can get in paperback. It's cheaper. Definitely, of course, appeals to girls. It's only $7.50 a copy. Can you think of any other romance that I should use instead? We've done The Summer I Turned Pretty. Like I said, we did Shatter Me. We've done, I don't know, popular romance. I can't remember, but I'm not going to do Colleen Hoover, even though she's popular. I just think Lynn Painter's up there as one of the most popular romance authors in our library, and people that haven't read her yet would love Better Than the Movie. So, but maybe too many people have already read it. I don't know. Okay, this one I'm not super happy with the choice either, but it's a graphic novel and it's nonfiction called Hey Kiddo. And the reason I picked it is because our English department already has copies of it. I don't have to buy any copies. So we did Heartstopper a couple years ago. We did Heartstopper Volume 5, Heartstopper Volume 1 year, and then last year we did Chef's Kiss, which is kind of a Heartstopper knockoff. So I'm going for something that's not kind of romancy this time. And the fact that we already have copies of this, it would be free. I don't know if I can really change that. But if you can think of a graphic novel that you think would be super popular amongst boys and girls, let me know. Okay, horror. I'm not super happy with this one either, but I picked Clown in a Cornfield because I think it would appeal to boys, and those are usually my horror readers more so. Girls read horror too, obviously, but out of all these books, like, boys really tend to go towards the horror. Last year, we did... Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of that book. Oh shoot, I cannot remember. Anyway, we've done some popular horror books, and they're pretty big hits. So this one, Clown in a Cornfield, is a movie that came out in May, and I think last May. There's a sequel to the book as well, maybe 2 or 3 sequels. The movie's rated R though, but the book is not. It's like a young adult book. So it looked decently popular in our library, so I thought that'd be okay. $10 a copy, so that's not terrible. $70 altogether. Okay. So there's that one, but I'm open to suggestions for another horror book that we think would be popular with young adults that not everybody's already read, that kind of thing. We Were Liars is the reality choice. I know it's older, but I can't do all brand new books because, once again, I can't order a ton of new books. They're expensive. I thought about doing the new one in that series. Is it Family of Liars? But if I did that, it would have to come in hardcover, I think. So I just don't know if it'd be as popular. And we already have 6 copies of this book. I'd only have to order 2 more. It is an Amazon Prime series that's been renewed for season 2. So I thought that would be really good. Mostly though, it's going to appeal to girls. It could appeal to both, but I want to tell people that there is a huge plot twist in it and that's why they should read it. But knowing that there is a plot twist is almost a spoiler. So I don't want to tell them there's a plot twist because then they'll expect it. It's only fun when you don't expect there to be a plot twist in it because it's almost more of a mystery than it is reality. So I don't know. I'll tell kids that it's kind of a mystery. We'll just leave it at that. And then the last one, I'm still not sure about the nonfiction. Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green. So kids love John Green. This book is short. I think I would have to order, I think it's only in hardcover, I want to say. Yeah, it's $14 a copy. I thought I'd order maybe 5 more copies. It is short. I think it would appeal to everybody, but I'm still not super happy about that choice. So if there's a popular nonfiction that you think we should go with that would be worth purchasing a lot of copies that kids would read in the future, please let me know. Okay, so that's where I'm at right now. I've got up to, like I said, $470 worth of stuff. The goal is around $500 because I also have to buy food. And if I have as many kids as I've had in the past, like as many as 70 or 80 kids, I have to spend like $200 on food for snacks because I buy drinks and chips and cupcakey type things and napkins and plates and all that sort of stuff. So it does get quite expensive. So I'm hoping $500 max for this. But if I have to spend more, like, it's no big deal. I've literally spent $1,000 for Readapalooza before. And what usually happens is it gets more and more like popular, like the word gets around about the books, and then more and more people are checking them out. And so I have to wind up ordering more copies before Readapalooza and more copies. And I'll start with 8 of each book, but I might wind up with more. But that's why I'm going to start promoting it really early this year to give everybody 2 months. Oh, actually, I just realized that'll be my lesson for the next month. Oh yeah, like when the library classes, when the English classes come for their library visits, I'll just show the book trailers for Readapalooza and start promoting that. So there we go. That kills two birds with one stone. Anyway, so please let me know down below if you can think of any other books that I should swap these out for, because I only have about another week probably before I really need to order these books. So I'm going to post this video literally right now today so that you can help me, please. Thank you all, and I appreciate it for any suggestions, and I'll let you know how it goes. And thank you guys. I will talk to you again later. Bye.